So my TikTok seems to be like, it's not allowing anyone to follow, which I found weird. Like, it made me nobody has, but I highly doubt it, but then you just don't know. So today we're going to be looking at composite charts and a bit of everything. So composite charts are, I'm going to put it up in a minute, but it's a compatibility of a relationship, and it's like the wheel that you have for your own birth chart, but it's specifically for relationships and areas of relationships. So let's get started at showing how it works. Let's get rid of my big fat head. So first, how you are as a couple. So what sits in there? Maybe it's Jupiter, maybe you are a couple that travels a lot together. 2, material possessions. So you can see the theme, it's similar to like normal things. So my dog's here playing ball at the same time. 3, communication, how your communication is together, right? So me and my partner have Neptune in our composite chart there, so our communication is very different to one another, and we butt heads because, yeah, I won't go into it, but it's not a great one. 4, length and success, so that's going to be like a Cancer type placement, and say you had the moon sat in there, it's going to be a very emotional relationship. Then we have 5, highlights, your shared interests. 6, where you are as a couple, what has challenged you in a relationship. 7, intimate and enemies. 8, indicate your bonding. 9, shared interests, travel and exploits. 10, how you approach life. 11, social life. And 12, hidden feelings. So then you're going to put the chart together, usually do it online at astroseek.com, and put both of your birth times in there, and then it's going to create a chart. And like I said, for example, you'll have a Saturn in the 7th house, which means it might mean you like older people in relationships, or that's going to be an issue that you struggle with. So they are composite charts if you ever see them. And before, as I was talking about Billy Bob and Angelina, the original MGK and Megan Fox, I don't care, they're like the Shein version of these two, who carried blood vials and were doing heroin and limos before events. They were cool as fuck in the 90s. And how I said with all her Aries placement, she's a confident woman, she doesn't care what you think. And with all his Leo placements, like loads, they've both got stellium and Aries, and yet he's going to be very arrogant, sure of himself, and enthusiastic and outgoing and positive. And then put those two together, they're both signs that trine each other, and then he's got an Aquarius moon, so that might make him quite a lot less Leo-like and more into like humanity as a whole, socializing, networking. And then the Virgo risings always look really good for their age, and as you can see, the reliability on this chart is an A, so that's the second highest you can get. So I tend to believe this chart is true. It goes with his personality. He's a very good actor, and Leo rules acting and fame. And then Angelina, hers has got the highest rating you can get, so her birth chart has been given and been seen, and she's probably even contacted an astrologer, I can imagine. So yeah, with that Gemini sun, clever. Like I said before, with Gemini suns, they don't want anyone else to be their assistant. They are their PR, they are their like team, they are the source in the magazine. When you read, oh, and the source told you this, it was them, it was her. Geminis like to mix things up, they love making people, my friend did something really scheming at school. She used to like make things up about teachers and then see what happened with the gossip. Like I said with Courtney Love, they love the scheming and the planning, and they thought that's their entertainment. Bit cruel, I know, but that's just them and them two together. So it couple. Alright, so now bright and pink. So any celebrity couple, I love it. I'm going to do a slide. I love my Pinterest. All these iconic couples are going to have water sign placements or fire sign placements, I believe. If they're more of a strong, steady type of relationship, let's say that's gone on forever, like Goldie Hawn and Kurt, can't remember his last name, Kurt Russell, then they were going to have more earthy placements. So every relationship is obviously different, and how we feel every relationship. Sid and Nancy, he had a very Venusian chart, so he was a Libra moon ruled by Venus, with a Taurus sun ruled by Venus, and then a Scorpio rising, and he had a Cancer Mars. And like I said with Cancer Mars, they're quite happy to dress it like in women's clothes stylishly and do weird things, but they could also have serious mummy issues. Right, Sid's mum bought him a drug beginning with H that you use needles with on his like 16th birthday or something. So yeah, there's a weird thing with the mother there. You can see it, and that's his best friend who told us that, so I can imagine it's true. John Lydon doesn't lie about things like that, but to do with Sid anyway, something so painful. So yeah, and then obviously the violence with Nancy. We know he was violent with Nancy. I know people like to blame her, but if you read her mum's book, she was lying about it all the time, and then she admitted it. She was a very emotional person. Her chart, she was a Pisces rising, so Neptune, already you've got that chaos there. She had problems, as soon as the mum had the daughter, there was problems with her oxygen to the brain, and she was a highly intelligent child she didn't know what to do with. So these people who are annoying, let's say, to a society, annoy themselves and are very hurt inside themselves and feeling that. If you're a 12th houser, 8th houser, but 12th in particular, trust me, I feel your pain. I've got Jupiter, Chiron and Venus conjunct in that house, and so never judge someone like that. They are feeling pain, and people aren't evil, they just do evil things. But we do need to protect society more from horrible people who are harmful and do ruin lives. Thank you, and thank you for joining where I am right now in the woods with my little dog.